Alright guys, welcome back. And by those slender arms and shoulders that seem as if they'd break just by being held down, or even by her white belly wet with blood that surely is fresh and in season like those sweet fish skewers.
本職の調子はいいのか？
いいえ、これが全く。今まで多くの悪魔払いをこなしてきたけど、弱音を言ってしまえば、今回のようなケースは初めてです。
そいつ手強いんだ。
Red blotches surface on her bandages. Luscious, raw. I thought that she was like a doll, but she was plenty fresh and rare.
強いか弱いかで言えば、低級の部類に入るでしょう。でも一つだけ、今までと違うところがあって、それで調子がおかしいのです。だってこの悪魔は私に厳しいんだもの。
は？悪魔が厳しいのは当たり前じゃないのか？
いいえ、基本的に悪魔は優しいのです。その結果はどうあれ、彼らは人の苦悩を理解し取り除こうとする架空要素。見ようによっては人間の味方ですから。間違っても人間を叱ったりはしないのです。
I feel like she's tempting me. Her hands are folded in prayer, fingers intertwined, her wounded body. Reminds me of. And yet, this is something dedicated to God, not intended to be offered to a demon. Someone who does nothing but accept things as they are. A convenient sacrifice that accepts sin without reason. I remember that scene. This is bad. If I don't switch out of this mind, this impulse will end up breaking down my shell.
どうしたの？体調が乱れているようだけど。
いや、ちょっと貧血。それより今の話、初めてのケースってことは、つまり面白い？
全然。予想外のことばかりで、どちらかというと腹立たしいわ。そうね。正直、うんざりしてきたかも。自分から介入したことだけど、私の手には負えそうにないし。この辺りで引き上げていいかしら？
別に、あんたの好きにすればいい。なんだよ。秋っぽいなとか、無責任だなとか、言ってないぞ俺。
それはそうだけど。ほら、厳しいじゃない、あなた。
Harsh, she says. This is the first time I've been told that. I think I've been told that before, that I'm someone who is patient and someone who's impatient. But which one was called which? I still can't switch. This one is a formidable opponent. I wonder whether she can see me with those golden eyes. This is impossible to think that my cocoon is on the verge of collapse with just 4 encounters.
もしかして本気にしましたか？
I look up at her.
申し訳ありません。少し私もあなたをからかってみたくなったのです。ご心配なく、途中で投げ出すことはありません。私が自分に課した役割はあなたを導くことですから。
ああ、そういえばもともと情報を交換する間柄だったっけ？1回目は助かったけど、2回目以降は役に立たないんで忘れてた。
それはあなたが関係のない話をするからです。重要な話をしてもらえれば、私とて意見は返せます。
そうなんだ。けど。
There's nothing left I should ask about. The relationship between Emiyashiro and Karen had already been settled by the third visit.
悪いけど、もうほとんど終わっているんだ。さっきの話だけど、実際、あんたはもう引き上げて構わないんじゃないかな。 本職の方はそうだな、諦めて次の獲物を見つけてくれ。
That's the end of it. Soon, even this relation will come to an end.
愚問と分かってはいますが、あなたはそれでいいのですか？
いいに決まってる。そのためにいろいろやってきたんだから。
それはあなたの意思で。あなたはどうしてこの願いを解決しようとするのです？
決まってるだろ。俺はエミやシローだからな。一度ぐらいは人助けをしてみたいんだ。
I have no doubts. My answer from the second visit was what I truly, sincerely believe. I take my leave. I want to think that even being able to say those words just now made this time meaningful.
待って。
I can't hang around any longer. Without pause, I head for the door.
あなたは虚無よ。生まれていないもの、未知のものがある限りあり続ける。
There aren't many gaps left. Might as well fill them in quickly.
けど、すべてが生まれてしまったら、あなたの居場所はどこにもない。この日常が埋まっていけばいくほど、あなたは輝きを失っていく。
I'm not losing it. It's just that
世界への関心を失って、元の無に戻るのよ。
I'll revert to my original proper form, that's all. Alright, final visit. Okay. Okay, is there anything new now? Ridge, no. Okay, I think after this, I may have to just go straight to Eclipse. But we'll see. Okay, let's try Eclipse now. Or I could try Start again and just see what's... I think we're good. Ooh, new. Okay. Maybe residence. Can I... It says new, but I don't see anything here. Why is it saying new? Alright, how about here? Himuro, the Love Detective, Act 1. As the saying goes, love will consume you. If you're going to fall in love regardless, fall in love so deeply that it hurts. Love is not realized through ordinary hardships. Romantic and melancholic. I might even feel admiration for it. That, for me, Himuro Kane, is a faraway tale. I am a flesh and blood human, therefore I long for love. However, I cannot help but to shake my head in frustration at the notion of binding myself to a love so strong that it is painful. Although that is not to say that I have no interest in it. Rather, I have an unusual level of interest in other people's romances. So you're an observer. That's fine. Who is dating who? Who has broken up? I carefully listen to those kinds of topics around me without outwardly displaying interest, and I jot them down into the notebook within my mind. I then go to verify them alone in order to satisfy myself. You make stories, don't you? However, my name alone is never written amongst these incidents. Why do I display so much interest in love? Someday, I'll tell you the reason. Will I ever be capable of love? That is a tale of tomorrow that no one can foretell. As the saying goes, there are no teachers in love. However, I digress. Let us return to the topic at hand.
遠坂さん、もしよろしければお昼ご飯ご一緒しませんか？
My friend Sayagusa Yukika is laying siege to our classmate Tosaka Rin. A lunchbox for 2 people is in her hands. No doubt it was made for this purpose.
ごめんなさい、三枝さん。ご一緒したいのだけれど、残念ながら今日は先約があるの。もしまた声をかけていただけるなら、喜んで同席させてもらうわ。はい、頑張ります。それとですね、よかったらこれもらっていただけないですか？
She holds out a wrapped lunchbox. Miss Tosaka receives it with a smile.
お気持ちだけで十分ありがたいけど、せっかくだから三枝さんのお弁当頂戴します。後でこちらはお返しします。はい。あ、粗末なもので遠坂さんの口には合わないかも。
My other friend Makidera wears a dubious expression beside her. Perhaps she is amazed at Yukika's useless efforts as she suffers honorable defeat for the upteenth time, or perhaps she is dissatisfied by Miss Tosaka's slightly hypocritical attitude.
そんなこと。せっかくいただけるのだし、喜んでごちそうになります。よかった。じゃあ今度遠坂さんの好みを教えてもらえれば頑張って作ってみるから。牧野寺、遠坂城の好物を知っているのか？
好き嫌いはなかった気するな。でもこの前シントのタリアッテレに行った時はタバスコ使いすぎって気はした。
辛党か。
We whisper amongst each other. There's no need to feel guilty if Miss Tosaka discovers us talking like this, but it's not a subject to speak about out loud either.
お嬢様なら甘党の方が似合いそうだけどね。
そうとも限らないだろう。
I cannot forget your outrageous actions the other day as much as I would like to.
ああ、帰ってきた。
Miss Tosaka leaves the classroom and Yukika returns to us. She took 2 steps forward and 1 step back. I suppose that is the best description of what happened. However, her expression is soft and a smile hangs on her face.
惜しいな、ユキッチ。もうあと一押しすればいいんだよ。お前のための弁当なんだから食いやがれって言えば、遠坂だって先約なんかほっぽってくるって。
でも遠坂さんの邪魔になったら悪いもの。いや、ユキカ、君はあとわずかに横暴な性質でも問題ない。まあとはいえ相手はあの遠坂城だ。一朝一夕にどうにかなる相手でもない。弁当箱が帰ってからまた話を進めればいい。
Though she was just a little depressed just now, Yukika still smiles. Yukika is too kind. I always feel like I want to watch over her from behind.
なんだよ名参謀。あんたも持久戦術採用の口かよ。
私は君の参謀ではなく、ましてや君は我々の指揮官でもないマキ。さて、図らずも3人で昼食になったわけだな。
On the other hand, this is how Makidera is. Usually someone like her gets on my nerves, but after knowing her for 3 years, I've already gotten used to her. Rather, the way she acts courteously in a long-sleeve kimono at her traditional house makes me feel so uncomfortable that I cannot bear it. It's true that it suits her, but I still cannot help but think that Makidera has to be like this.
ちぇ、遠 遠坂が弁当もらわなかったらゆきっち弁当のご商売に預かれたのに。
もしやそれを見込んでの早弁か。
Makidetta's laid out lunchbox is only half full. She must have eaten half before lunchtime. That's the only explanation. She may have part of the track and field club, but isn't this still a bit of a problem for a female high school student?
ちょっとお裾分けしてあげる、マキちゃん。
お、サンキューありがたやありがたや。いつもすまないねゆきっち。後で江戸前屋でお返ししてやるからな。
At least she's nice to her in return, you know, despite why they're such good friends. This is the scene of a peaceful lunch. I begin eating my own sandwich, lettuce and tomato. The flavor of the whole green mustard is strong. While eating her lunch, which was supplemented by some of Yukika's Makidera whispers.
しかしな、遠坂のやつも付き合い悪くなったもんだな。
You should see her around Shiro. A casual comment. Yukika and I look up from our lunches.
そうなの、マキちゃん。
まあな。昔はちょくちょく遠坂と買い物行ったんだけどな。最近は向こうも何かと用事が多いから、さっきのゆきっちみたいなことは結構ある。
そうなんだ。私、遠坂さんに避けられたわけじゃなかったんだ。
Thank goodness, says Yukika while nodding. I feel like asking just what kind of rude and arrogant person could purposely keep their distance from such a kind-hearted girl like this.
もしかして遠坂さん。
Makidera and I turn towards Yukika. Having deliberately become the focus of attention, Yukika's voice drops to a whisper.
もしかして、もしかしてなんだけど、誰かとお付き合い始めたんじゃないのかなって。
ああ、知らなかったのかユキカ。遠坂城はすでに付き合ってるぞ。3C のエミヤ四郎だ。
I thought everyone knew about this already, or is it just me? Obviously, Makidera knows this as well, or rather, she cannot ignore this matter simply because she is Makidera.
エミヤくん？
そう、エミヤシロ、信じらんねえ。エミヤだぞエミヤ、生徒会長のオプション装備だ。偽公務員とか分連の修繕担当とか弓道部の掃除機とかホムラハラのブラウニーとか言われるエミヤだぞ。
I didn't know about the whole club's vacuum cleaner. Oh no, that makes sense because they made him the cleaner. The janitor, on the other hand, it's a bit offhanded, but whatever. The brownie of Homurahara, on the other hand, is something else. I didn't know he had that kind of nickname.
ひどいあだ名ばっかり集めてきたものだな、牧野寺。ちなみにブラウニーというのはだな、ユキカ。アイルランドの妖精で。
Oh, okay.
誰もそんなこと説明しろと言ってね。
She's snapping at me, but usually when people hear the term brownie, what they think of is...
あ、妖精なんだ。ブラウニーって言うから、エミヤくん、チョコチップケーキみたいなのかなって。
家に住む妖精で、家主のいない間に家事や雑務をしてくれるという。なるほど、エミヤの生態をうまく言い表している。そして牧野寺の方が一見チョコケーキのようではあるな。
だからそのエミヤなんだぞ、遠坂と付き合ってるのが。趣味悪い。なんかさ、他にいい男いっぱいいるじゃん。つうか、鉄の女にはイメージ合わねえっての。
Makidera starts acting quite strange as she flies into a fury. Ever since this matter became publicly known around April, she becomes beside herself with rage whenever this is mentioned. She herself says that it is because her reputation has been adversely affected as one of the few friends of school idol, the unattainable prize, Tosaka Rin.
まあ落ち着け。君がそこで少林寺木人権を決めても覆りはしない。
やだね、いい加減我慢の限界だね、私は。姫野、あんたこそなんでそんなに冷静なんだ。
すでに露見しているし、今は目立った動きがないからだな。
あ、そうなんだ。遠坂さんとエミヤくんか。お似合いかな。
No matter how you look at them, I think they are similar as night and day. Though I won't go as far as to say that it's like a dipping in a peony blossom in a horse dung. Since Emiya is going out with none other than Miss Tosaka, it cannot be helped that people would make such an evaluation. Makidera rages about beside me for a while, but she'll get tired and quiet down before long. In the meantime, Yukika and I nibble on our lunches. People around us watch the usual case of Makidera's eccentricities in a lukewarm manner. Exhausted, Makidera sinks down to her chair.
まったくもったいないにも程がある。趣味悪いぜ遠坂も。そういや三つ釣りのやつも変なんだよな、あれから。
Mitsuzuri, as in Mitsuzuri Ayako, the former archery club president? I'm curious about what Makinoji means by weird.
三つ釣りさん？
ユキッチは知らないかも。ヒムロ、あんたはどうだ？
あいにくと何も。一時期は噂が立ったが、あれは根も葉もない流言だったようだ。遠坂と並ぶ優等生の三つ釣り綾子にめったな不貧困なぞあろうはずもない。
This occurred around February when Mitsuzuri Ayako was sent into protective custody and hospitalized in Shinto. At the time, many spiteful rumors circulated saying that she regularly visited dodgy places or that she was involved in a drug abuse. However, afterwards...
そうだったよね。あの時事故があって学校も大変だったから。
Yukika mutters bitterly. At around the same time as that, the chemical incident happened at Homurahara Academy, and quite a few students lost consciousness and had to be hospitalized. The rumors about Mitsuzuri Ayako immediately vanished in the wake of the great incident. That incident was also very peculiar because some parts of the story did not match up, but that's a topic for another time.
あん時は確かにしんどかったね、いろいろと。後輩の見舞いとか部活の一時停止とかあったからな。
Looks like I brought up a bad memory. Brushing away the breadcrumbs on my hands, I bow my head towards the two of them.
すまない。団らんの場にふさわしくない話題を口にしてしまったようだ。
いや、ヒムロは悪くないって。で、三つ釣りなんだけどさ。
Promptly pulling herself together, Makidera returns to eating her lunch.
どうもおかしいんだよな、あれ。やっぱり三つ釣り誰かと付き合ってるんじゃないのかね。あくまでも勘だけどさ。
I'm surprised. My eyebrows lift unintentionally. I remain exceedingly calm on the outside, but inside my curiosity raises its ugly head. Mitsuzuri Ayako is dating someone. This is a rumor that cannot be ignored, after all.
そうだね。みんなも3年だからやっぱりお付き合いとかしたくなるのかな。
そういうもんでもないと思うぞ。1年だから2年だからとか。ヒムロ、なんか三つ釣りのこと知らない？
いや、初耳だ。
In any case, there is no information on the likes of Mitsuzuri Ayako's male relations in my intelligence network. It had been completely concealed from my eyes. And the fact that Makidera noticed something I did not irritates me. Yet, without realizing it, the corners of my mouth twist into a smile.
しかしあの三つ釣り嬢がか。それはキンキンの話なのか？
Are we gonna start spying on her now?
いや、もっと前。4月くらいからかな。あの頃の三つ釣りは確かに変だったぞ。覚えてないか？
We're gonna do some sleuthing, aren't we? It's harsh to ask me to recall what happened to Mitsuzuri Ayako so long ago, especially when I was not even particularly concerned with her back then. So Makidera grasped something back then with her animal instincts and checked it out at some point. Is that what happened? No, my observation and discipline were also insufficient.
うん、慌ててたよね、あの頃の三辻さん。
ユキッチに座布団1枚進呈えらいえらい。さあリードされました。どうしますか氷室さん。
どうもしない。で、相手は誰か知っているのか？
Naturally, I'm curious about just who this other person could be. But contrary to my high expectations, Makidera merely showed me an idiotic expression.
ではない。牧野寺、三辻綾子がお付き合いを始めた以上は、誰が付き合っているのかを確認するのが筋だというものだろう。君はそこまでうろんなのか？
うろんってなんか人をうどんのパチモノみたいに言うな。
Should I call her careless then? A careless person? It's surely a phrase that exists for the purpose of describing Makidera. No, right now the commentary of Makidera Kaede, who possesses animal instincts despite her fishy and careless nature and excels at charging straight into things, is not needed. What's needed is...
筋だろうが骨だろうがそんなもん知るわけないだろう。三辻って言ったらあいつさばけてるようで、これが遠坂や氷室並みにガード硬いんだから。
それは私と遠坂城が同格という評価か。しかし
Who is Mitsuzuri Ayako's boyfriend? I want to know who it is. My heart is racing so fast I cannot relax at all. However, I am not the kind of person who acts rashly because of that kind of prodding.
三辻さんの彼氏か。
その様子だとかなり気になってるね、氷室。
This stupid Black Panther who only lives according to her instincts. Closing my lunchbox, I nod reluctantly.
ああ、気になる。
そうか。じゃあどこのドイツが三辻の彼氏だか突き止めないか。
The Black Panther bares its fangs and grins. That might be saying too much. But mysteriously, I feel hopeful at Makidera's fearless smile. If our present interests are in alignment, we can unite her mobility and my discernment. All that remains is...
そのマキちゃん、それダメだよ。
ダメなもんかユキッチ。そもそも穂村原に名の響いた優等生の三辻綾子が彼氏をひた隠しなんて許されてなるものか。我々は日本国憲法で知る権利を保障されているんだぞ。
いや、憲法にはその権利の記載はない。さらにプライベートに干渉している。ユキカがそっとしておいてほしいというのなら里闇にするが。
If Makidera and I are joined by Yukika's virtuous sensibilities, then we cannot interfere half-heartedly. Yukika was fidgeting uneasily for a while like a prairie dog lost in its den, but then...
ちょっと私も三辻さんの彼氏見てみたいかなって。
I see curiosity is gonna kill the cat then, huh?
そうか。じゃあ決定だ。
首を洗って待っていろよ三辻綾子。お主の秘密を晴天白日に暴き出してくれるわ。天網開会祖にしてもらさずった。
珍しい。牧の字にしては慣用句が正解だ。
うるさい。
At that moment, the school bell rings. For now, I suppose I'll just have to be satisfied that the three of us have come to an agreement.
いっけね、話に夢中で食い終わってなかった。
そういうところは期待を裏切らず実に君らしいな。
出た。昼の話なんだが。
After 6th period ends, the three of us gather together again.